All righty. Let's see. Everyone's on mute. Awesome. Okay, let me share my screen and we'll get started. Minimize everybody. All right. I don't like doing that actually. Let me see. I'm going to go back and forth. I like seeing people. Oh, there we go. It's weird talking to yourself. All right, you guys, week 11 results. Here we go. We're going to start off with our norm. See how we're doing? Losing our 19,000 pounds. We've lost 1,121 pounds as a group. And I know we've probably lost more. But this week had a pretty big drop off in weigh-in. So if you don't submit your weigh-ins, I just put you flat. I don't chase people down. There's just way too many. There's like 40 people I would have had to chase down. So on average, we've lost 5.7%. So that's awesome. And like I said, there's a lot of drop off in the weigh-in. And so, you know how we've been tracking how many people have lost a pound or more each week. We were at 50%. We were at 60%, went to 50, 40, 35. This week was 20%. So hopefully people are still out there working hard, even if they're not submitting their weigh-ins. All right, we have some announcements before we get started. So the first announcement is we have one more weigh-in. So all losers, we have one more weigh-in Thursday, April 1st. Okay, so that's when we're gonna weigh in after going back and forth with the Easter weekend. This is the date that I selected. So final weigh-in, there will not be a weigh-in this coming Monday. We are gonna just hold off and go to the final weigh-in on the 1st. It's no April's Fool's joke either. How are we going to do it? So this week, I asked some people to help me practice because I miserably failed trying to communicate when we kicked off. We had lots of different people sending in lots of different things. So I wanted to practice at least one time. And even though I had 10 people practice, I think all 10 submitted it a little bit differently, but it all worked out. I was able to work with everything that came in. So when you guys submit, let's talk about the picture shot first. You could send in a front shot or a side shot, but I don't need like 6 photos. It's really hard for me to sort through them. And so you could send whichever one you think shows the best before and after. Sometimes the side shot works better if some people took those. And then for the weigh-in, you're going to send your weight that you had on the first one on January 4th, and then the last one on April 1st. Okay, and let me just scroll down here. Same spot, same process. Okay, so it's no different than every week. When you did your first weigh-in, if you were butt naked, you're going to be butt naked this time. You're going to weigh in first thing in the morning before you eat or drink. That's usually to your benefit versus doing it after. And if you happen to wear clothes, a few people did wear some workout clothes, and so they've just been wearing the same clothes every week that they're weighing in. So continue to do that. Same process, okay? And I'll send out more information as it gets closer. But, and at the end, if you guys have questions, just hold your questions and we'll go through those. All right, the winner, or maybe winners, we'll see, get announced live on Zoom on Friday, April 2nd at 5 p.m. I know some people are going to be out of town, but hopefully, since it's on Zoom, you can hop on and support the winners or winner. We'll see. You'll see I have a little curveball in here. And then this is important. So, you know, I've been really careful not to share people's stats. It's private information. Not everybody's comfortable with sharing everything. And so, but I do want to share stats at the end. And this is how I plan to do it. I plan to show your place and your percentage loss. So there won't be any names. The only person that's going to know who's who is you, because you know your total percentage loss. Okay. If you're uncomfortable with that, just send me a text and say you don't want your information shared. It makes my job a little bit harder because I got to sort things out. But I do want to share because I want you guys to be able to see how much did the biggest loser or losers lose as a percent. And then you could calculate how much you would have had to lose to beat them. And so I want to be able to share that information so you could see across the whole group what percentage of total weight was lost. All right, so tonight I'm going to announce the top 3. That does not mean that one of these 3 is guaranteed to win. They still have to work hard. There are a lot of people that it's a nail biter. So I'm just distinguishing because I want people to kind of know where they're at without giving out exact stats of where people are. So I'm going to do the top 3. I'm going to show you the next 2 that make up the top 5. And then I'll show the top 6 through 10. And then I have a little curveball for the top 5. All right, so in alphabetical order, as always, the first top 3 is Dan Bird. Congratulations, good job. You can see he's been working super hard. He's been in the top 10 the whole time. He was in the top 5 for 2 weeks, and now he's in the top 3. John Alley, he's also in the top 3. You can see he hit hard in that top 10. He was in the top 5 and he's in the top 3. And Nick Gonzalez, he's again, like Dan, he was in the top 10 the whole time. He was in the top 5 and he's in the top 3. So those are your top 3 challengers at this point. I can tell you from what I'm seeing, it's very close between these 3. It's very close between the 5. And we have 8 left. So, you know, I can make some predictions, but I won't. I just want you guys to know that these 3 are not guaranteed to be there. They've got to keep working. Someone just joined us. If they could mute, that'd be cool. All right, we have 2 more to hit the top 5. So I'll tell you, one person dropped out of the top 5 this week. So we have 1 replacement there. The first person in the top 5, alphabetical order, this is the number 4 and number 5. We have Debbie, and Deb is on the Zoom. Congratulations, Deb. Good work there. And Kristen, she's in the top 5. Good job. So I have a little curveball for the top 5, and they're not all sitting on the Zoom call, so I'm going to be reaching out to them. But I'm going to put out a poll to the top 5. Doesn't mean that these are going to be the top 5 in the end, but I'm going to give these guys the opportunity to vote for the rest of the team. So whoever ends up winning will accept the vote of this top 5. Well, what are they going to be voting on? So the vote is going to be, has to be unanimous. It's either all or nothing. And they are going to decide whether the winner should be one winner and take the entire pot of $2,500, or if that pot should be split between the top 3. And so I'm going to be putting that out there to them. It's going to be a unanimous vote. It has to be all or nothing. It can't be 1 wants it and 4 don't, and 4 do and 1 doesn't. If all 5 agree, they want to split it between the top 3, whoever those top 3 end up being, then we'll go with that. If there's one person that says, nope, I want it all, and they could totally do that. I don't take anything personally. This isn't for me. I'm just throwing out a curveball. You guys will decide what to do. All right, so let's keep going with the top 10. Here's 6 through 10 in alphabetical order. Andrea Alley, she's in there. She's been in there, the top 10 for a while now. Andrea Thompson, she's in the top 10. Fred Gonzalez, he's in the top 10. Kara, she's in the top 10, but she's out on vacation. So Kara is ending her challenge here, but she'll continue when she gets back from vacation, I'm sure. And Robin is in the top 10. Congratulations, you guys. Keep going. I'm telling you, don't give up. There's like, what, 8 days left? All right. So what else do we have? More announcements. So what's life after the Biggest Loser challenge? What are you guys going to do? I have 3 options for you guys to think about. Okay. And I'll talk about these more as we wrap things up, but just to give you guys some stuff to think about. First option is you can come to our Zoom celebration party. You can wave goodbye until we meet again. That's totally up to you. That's one option. And I hope you guys come. I hope everybody comes to celebrate. This is a huge success for this whole entire group. So hopefully our Zoom party is attended well. You could join my health club. What is that? So I have a health club on Facebook. It's just called Health Club. Some people have a book club. I have a health club. And so it's on Facebook. You just search Health Club. And that's where I share with just people that want to do healthy living, healthy habits, kind of information like I shared in The Biggest Loser. That's kind of like our hub. And I'll be sending out an invite to the health club for everybody that's in The Biggest Loser as we get to the end. And you guys could decide if you join or not. There's no cost. It's just a health club. We share information. We get together once in a while. We find interesting speakers to come and talk to the group, stuff like that. So it's kind of like The Biggest Loser without the weigh-ins. Or you can join the next challenge, right? I've had this up my sleeve for a while. I've been refining it as time's gone on. And so what is it? It's 60 days plus, right? So it's about 64 days because I wanted it to start on a Monday and end on a Sunday. I looked at the calendar. I don't think there's any magical holidays during that time, but it's going to start on April 12th. And so, you know, part of a healthy lifestyle is to take breaks, right? So after this challenge, people have been pushing hard. You guys have been really focused. You've been weighing in and all kinds of stuff. So, you know, take a break. We're going to take a break. It's just over a week. It doesn't mean you just like go crazy. It just means you give your body a break. You do different stuff. You cross train, you know, you lighten up on, you know, your diet. Doesn't mean you go eat a bunch of junk. It's just that if you've been dieting super hard, you got to take breaks. Your body will thank you. So we'll start on April 12th. So what is this challenge? What the heck does a feather have to do with anything? Well, if you know me very well, and if you don't, maybe you'll get to know me better, but I have a tattoo of a feather on my ankle. It's how I live life. Be a feather. Don't be high maintenance. Don't be judgmental. Don't be a bitch. Be a feather. Go with the flow. So that's the feather. It's Feather Feeling is the name of the company that I own. And I have 2 subsets. There's Feather Feeling, there's Feather Fit, and that's where I coach people. I volunteer my time. And so the feather is always part of what we do. And then we have fitness, we have fast, and we have fun. So what are those things? Let's just go through them really quickly. So this is a daily challenge. And the first one is the feather, right? It's about how you feel, feather feeling. And so part of the challenge is going to be doing mindfulness or meditation for 10 minutes a day. That's the first part. Fitness. We're going to move for 60 minutes a day. And that, it says move. It doesn't say how to move. There's no, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're going to be moving 7 days. And so that could be, you know, hard days, easy days, yoga days, walking days, running days, weight days. We're just going to move. You may clean your house from top to bottom. Right? So moving for 60 minutes a day. Fast. What does that mean? We're going to fast. We're not going to have any alcohol. If someone can mute, getting echoes there from somebody. I can't tell who. We're going to be fasting, right? There's lots of ways to fast. It's not just about fasting from all food or intermittent fasting. There's all kinds. You could fast from social media, but we're not going to do that right now. So we're going to fast, no alcohol for 60 days, 64 days, and we're going to have limited processed sugar, right? So limited added sugar. And we're going to follow the American Heart Association guidelines, and I'll post those later. But women generally 25 grams of added sugar, and men's about 35 or 40. I have to go look it up again. I'm not going to say no sugar. I don't think that's realistic or sustainable. So it's limited processed sugar. Alcohol will be a tough one for some of y'all. And fun. Now, I know not everybody thinks that this is fun, but we're going to post a selfie in our group showing just what we're doing, anything, one of the 3 things that you're doing or not doing. You can show your cocktail glass empty, but we're going to post a selfie. It's just self-love. Just have some fun. You could take a selfie of yourself. You could have other people in it. There's no rules. So I want to keep it simple and have some fun. So then what's the challenge? What happens if you don't do these things, right? So it's feel, fit, fast, fun, or fund. So what does that mean? It means if you don't do those things every day, you pay $1 to the winner's pool and you are out of the challenge. But to do this challenge, you have to commit to being in it the full time. Whether or not you decide on the first day you're not going to do those things and you have to pay $1, once you're out, you're out. Now, there may be some time down the challenge where we take a vote and we let people back in. We'll figure that out. But right now, it's all in or nothing. So it's $1 a day. So there's no upfront payment. We're just going to be paying $1 a day if we don't do that. So hopefully the winner's pool is really small, but we'll see. We'll see. So we're going to start on April 12th. This is the total challenge, and I'll be sending this out, talking about it more. And when do we finish? When do we split that pot? On June 13th. Okay, that's when it's going to end. So the name of the group, the name of the challenge is Feel Fit. And we have a Facebook group that will be opening up for this challenge. And as people say they want to be in it, and I'll be talking about it. People could text me, tell me they want in, and I'll be starting to put people in that group and getting people ready as soon as we wrap up the Biggest Loser Challenge. So with that, the top 5, look out for the poll because I'm going to be hitting you up, see what you want to do. And I will open it up for questions. Any questions? Doesn't have to be about what I presented. It could be about anything. Let me pause.